abusia for once ni subscribe na share ma nua so de enya binti se na bia o yenyina be keep updated inso de mfie ni nchem na se hwe screen so a breaking news about say at the court case a chese e court so and I say Supreme Court for tenase say omode 80 petition and a petition say court say committee for ni be titi restaurant ADD no more discuss ya there in camera meeting no say be ya yen dissolve our committee no more propi the chief suspended chief justice Mami Tokono no and then no more tenase na as you speaking no a court e do ruling ya de aba na ruling no e ni December NDC for ruling in a screen so just say by 4-1 majority decision no ruling against the petitioner or a known NPP person by 4-1 decision dismisses our petition no just say President Mahama and his committee timi atwa so ayen adwuma just enya asenketo after that no so no information benches say the suspended chief justice no is on plead for plead bargain just say onko negotiation kakra and President Mahama entenase na onwa existing from office because already we are processing the corner senebeya enkofanim gwasi be bringing the emblem because as you speaking amount for the Ghana and this some exposes a hold on eba fan on in the family I just say any interesting you couldn't go see a report and the income.
It is Justice Gertrude Araba Tokoro that we are discussing. If anybody is affected by any meetings anywhere, it has to be Justice Tokono who has to file a petition and then asking people to recuse themselves from whatever committee or so that they are sitting on. Not Adenta Kumi. What is Adenta Kumi is taking this? But as usual, my younger brother will come and do this. Because you see, when we were with the movement for change, and I want to give you a background of this young man so that people will understand how he operates. And it's not good for him. He has a future. Yes, he needs to build it up. I'm doing this morning with pains because
Solo, to cap it all, it will mean that we need to perhaps try to delineate where the politics is, the public opinion is, and let the law be the law, is that not it? No, even if we have to quote the suspended chief justice.
The law should always be the law, and it will be the law. The truth of the matter is that some individuals are trying very hard to make it political, so that it turns out to be the usual NDC, NPP politics. And that is the more reason why some of us are around, to take the politics out of it. We submit ourselves to judges every day for them to do whatever they want to do to us. A simple matter of go and meet a committee and explain yourself. All hell is breaking loose. The woman has not gone to the committee yet, but people are able to predict what will happen. What have they seen that we have not seen? Maybe Dr. Zato has seen that she doesn't have a good case, and that is why she's so bold enough to say that the woman will not survive it. So be it. That should be good.
You mean he has a third eye?
Yes. He's a political scientist. He can see through it. He has read the petitions. He has seen that the woman has no case. In one breath, he was saying that...
So you are saying that it is his academic conclusion rather than his prophecy that he should be saying?
Maybe both. He's using both. He has a third eye. And so if the CJ will be listening to him, then she would come and understand why I've been calling on her to resign and go and negotiate her exit. You understand?
You think that's a better option?
I keep mentioning.
You keep mentioning this. Why is that a better option?
You see, to go home with the integrity intact, she must do that. But if she would deny herself, if she will allow these political hot-headed guys and ladies around to be pushing her. Now, you see some of the issues that are coming out.
You mean, I don't understand. You mean people like Dr. Zato are leading her on?
Dr. Zato has concluded that she will lose. So he has been frank with her. It's very good. The good advice. But the truth of the matter is that where she is taking the country to may not be good for her. So she has to resign and keep the sanctity of the judiciary.
What do you mean by that?
By that, what I mean is that now you see issues of contracts are coming on board. Have you heard of the sole sourcing contract or so for the daughters? You heard about it?
Yes, I did.
Now people are digging her. If you don't take care, matters that your minds are off it. As an embattled chief justice, people will go and bring it. Mind you, the time she was the CJ, she had a lot of enemies within. A lot of enemies within the judiciary.
The judicial.
Not everyone over there loved her. And whatever you do as a public officer, there are traces. And that is why I have been advising. Because where I sit and what I read through the lines and what I know in the system, it will not work well for her. And that is why I've been advising as someone that came from the womb of a woman that, hey, let's pause it here. Go home and enjoy your retirement. But if she would allow herself to be pushed into the arena, my God, the sort of things that you hear, maybe the judiciary will not survive.
Well, the committee started sitting last week.
Yes.
You think that even amid the ongoing sittings of the committee, she can still take that
yes, I mean, if she has good negotiators, I don't think the government is that wicked not to allow for negotiations. It will be in the interest of this country. I have been appealing to this government that once that channel of communication is open, the government must allow it so that she exits quietly and peacefully for us to have one full piece of a country to move forward. But where we are going to, she has to think twice. Those that are behind, their names are not being mentioned. Those that are pushing, those that are doing all this petitioning, those that are the faceless people that are not affected directly by the petition, their names are not being mentioned. Every morning, which name do you hear? Tokonu. The husband has become a passive casualty. Even the Gertrude it doesn't come out clearly. It's the Tokonu. So the Tokonu family will continue to be berated with some of these issues. Why wouldn't you end it at a point?
Through no fault of theirs.
If she needs a negotiator, I can elect myself and go in and speak.
Your position is quite very baffling position.
I just if it's not, can I react?
There's a chief justice who believes that the law must take its recourse.
The law will take its recourse, but the law also makes room for negotiations. Even people that have stolen.
Really?
You know, the chief justice, the attorney general is saying
plea bargaining.
There's plea bargaining. Why wouldn't you negotiate your exit? You understand? It happens. I gave you the case of A for task here some time past that he left.
Okay.
To come back to my brother, Dr. Zato, you were talking about people leaking, Council of State voting. Are you sure about that? In any case, the first person that got this whole process leaked was somebody from the New Patriotic Party. Called Vincent Tasefa. How did Vincent Tasefa get to know that Gertrude Araba Tokonu, that the petition was about, had not received her copy? Roland, you have been petitioned against, that you have issues to answer. Roland has not made any statement, but Zato is telling the whole world that you have not gotten a copy of it. How did Zato get to know that you have not received a copy of it?
And Zato is Vincent Tasefa.
What it means, the only reasonable deductions you can make is that Roland had told Zato that he has not received any petition
from you,
from me. So if anybody had leaked the petition, then the only conclusion I can make here will be from the camp of the embattled chief justice. So we shouldn't go there. In any case, the decision of the Council of State that you are claiming to be 32 or so, even if it was 16-15. It still remains the decision of the Council of State.
I don't understand.
Because we have only one Council of State. Just like always parliamentarians to come and tell us that, oh, we the minority members, we boycotted, that is on serious position. Once Parliament takes a decision, it's the decision of Parliament. We don't have a minority decision, we don't have a majority decision. It is the decision of the Council of State. And I believe that the former Chief Justice, Justice Sophia Akufu, must do this country the greatest honors. Because her name is the one circulating, that she abstained.
But that's speculation.
And that is why she has to come out. She has to come out because, you see, because there again, then you are also speculating into a realm that, yes, the silence is concerned. I mean, you agree that was what really took place at the Council of State. But you have to come out if indeed you voted against, and the reason for voting against was that you disagreed with the process. Then we go with it, and we also come back and ask you how you established your prima facie case against Charlotte Osei. Huh? You know, she was the one that established the prima facie case in the matter involving Charlotte Osei.
Because of using Article 146.
Absolutely. So you see, we must straighten this guys. I'm saying that this case or this petition will heal the wounds of this country. Every other 20 issues that will come on board, let's form a committee and go into it. But this morning, I am on the case of Adenta Kumi and that of Tadio Sori. I believe that his second statement that people procure judgment through negotiations must be taken on board. It must be thoroughly investigated so that we rid this country of lawyers. Now, when you go to court as a client, apart from paying for the lawyer, you have to go and look for money to also be paid for negotiations. Is that what we are to be treated to? Is that what, as a country, we want? That's why some of the lawyers, when they go to court, they throw their weight about. Because no matter the law that their opposing lawyer will speak, it is all about who can pay or who can negotiate more.
You mean going by the post of Tadio Sori?
And he's a senior lawyer, mind you.
Very experienced.
I was the campaign manager of Vicky Bright in those days.
I don't understand.
Vicky Bright. I mean the former. I
know Vicky Bright.
You know Vicky? Yes. At Okagwe South. When we took the NPP to court on Amerata's case. Vicky, fine, and one of the finest brains I've ever seen in this country. I don't know why she's been underutilized in this country. I know whether the NPP is in shambles. Such a fine brain, uncomparable, the kind of quality.
And you were in the campaign team?
I was the campaign manager for her in Okagwe South. We took the NPP to court on America's case. Tadio Sori was our lawyer. He did a very beautiful case. He was on point. Only that the domain, the way and manner that judgment. One day we will visit that judgment. And then you see how people have been shortchanged in this country.
I beg you.
What are you begging for? You are not going to beg for anything on this platform.
No.
I just want. No. I will not.
Solo. Please bring some water for Solo. Solo is too hot.
It's okay.
Please, Solo, cool down. Okay, so Wanda Madilo. There are questions that have been raised here that the responses of the distinguished lawyer Tadio Sori seem to have even raised a bigger concern and a doubt that negotiations are undertaken before verdicts are reached.
I'm even surprised this is going to make me.
Well, that's a public post. There's no doubt about the public post.
Prior to today, at least we've heard. You remember in the past, there was Justice Atuguba, sorry, Dr. now Professor Atuguba. Then this man, former NCC boss who passed on, what's his name?
NCC.
Yeah, NCC. No, not the Michelle is that.
Yeah.
So it was Atuguba, Chris Akume, and the other one, I forgot. Larry Bimi.
Yes.
You remember the Larry Bimi?
Yeah, Larry Bimi, yes.
They actually waged the war that was targeted as, I don't want to use the word cleanse, but clean some of the dark activities in our judiciary, if you remember. Fast forward that, we saw what Dami did as Attorney General, if you remember, the very many allegations and the issues that have come.
You mean the tape recordings and all? No.
So I don't want to go into that, but I want to zero in back on the issue of Adenta Kumi. Now, Santoku is a public restaurant. Let's get the picture clear.
I don't know that.
It's a public place. I mean, if your people can give us videos.
No, it's okay. Please, it's a private entity.
It's a public place that anybody walks in to have dinner, lunch, breakfast, whatever you want to do. People have their own private meetings or engagements or whatever, get together, whatever you want to do. It's a very public place. And so let's put it in perspective. I know that a lawyer of that repute, Kulendi of that repute, necessarily, if they want to go to that place, nothing bars them from going there.
Okay.
And so it's even possible that they must have gone there on their own before, ever, or on the day to have dinner or lunch. And then somebody pieced this together to say that they went to have a meeting on the proceedings of the committee. Now the committee is...
And this is a hypothetical situation you're painting.
Yes. The committee is made up of 5 people. Kulendi is not even part of the committee in the first place. Tadio Sori is not part of the committee in the first place. You may say that we are told which we all haven't seen yet, that they are the counsel for some of the petitioners.
You mean the speculations in the public domain?
We're not sure yet. We don't know that yet. And I'm not sure anybody knows that. We will get there eventually because we are told that these hearings have been done in camera. How did Adenta Kumi know that these people that he mentioned are members of the committee? Now, don't forget, this same Uniculendi's name has come up before during Damis, one of Damis, allegations, if you remember, that they mentioned Uniculendi. I hope it's not another scheme, another agenda to rope him in and destroy him. Because I have seen members of the NPP write on Facebook that the person who has shocked them the most on the issue of the justices at the Supreme Court is Uniculendi, and that he has disappointed them. I've seen posts on Facebook trying to paint him as a dark sheep or a black sheep or whatever you want to call it. We don't want to go into some of those details. Adenta Kumi himself claims that from bystanders, that's where this country is going to be reduced to.
Third party report.
Third party report. That's hearsay. They say. That's where we're going to reduce our country to. Not hardcore evidence. Not that you were part of the meeting. Not that you sat very close to the meeting. Not that you had recordings of the meeting. Not that you saw it happen or they told you that it was happening. I mean, where are we getting to this? As a country of this level of human resource level, this is the kind of debate we want to have over Adenta Kumi, whose credibility itself is in question. So please, let's not get into that level. I mean, I don't want us to get the presidency to be worried about this useless petition from a young man who is struggling to find his own feet in life. Now, going forward, the restaurant in question, he says that the restaurant must issue a statement and all that. It may be fine, it may be right. But I think that the people who are mentioning it should take this guy on. Because enough of the lies, enough of the propaganda, enough of the image tradition, enough
You are saying even this should be escalated?
Yeah, it should be escalated.
For the probe and the suspended Chief Justice and the state and whom some not just a goosey a Brahma and a petition, and not just a court, Supreme Court, a goosey see a year pape our day a year petition come Supreme Court, said the Supreme Court and born moon from an the insimubi because of evidence or now so a question amount will be sanana say no what is our restaurant to know who be announcing when you be. Because among many petition be a can say or say yes dear ye the court money mate yes ye the court money yes no with evidence picture recording and a crowd the aba mutim the name bebre or picture or video or voice recording or because as he's speaking, a man for a country, the restaurant owner and say, "Only see who petitioner now the petition the Supreme Court no." Because all me who say government official and say everybody about that a restaurant or on his save. A man for beating me I record your secret. Inti Sardine and Tessadia, Sangrofona and Bahodia, and you won't see papa your the petition the court. And now say, and Crawford a bobo mudin title sorry abamba bin lawyer. On so pa own seal papers or man co restaurant toward the so man coha own seal a paper or the petition heading a Supreme Court no. Or more cause so not so man discuss anything about it, they all kind of so ultimately because also besides provide the evidence no. Because when the man provided there, ye sue for defamation. Near trap book a crackato. Next time, no, want some now, very diggy, a quachiri, Hanson or the other trouble. All the case in the court. Obviously, between the same case at court 80 hours. So, as you speaking in the Papa Nebeka, a jaguni chimpa, because as some now, dear Bano, we think conversation in command yet, him say, or no mum naisha, no bachelor. Now the way case ni baby near boat to corner near boat to corner get to the crying bo Arabani and bo to corner na ni same name ni kunidi same name na to corner na near the year bobo inti ma mi to corner just the bia was ran up a bonidin The way a man for digging no is because nkrofo no mo ya normal dinidin ko Supreme Court as if say they are fighting for her. Nkrofo no normal custom street no mo ye demonstration as if say they are fighting for her. No. These are the same people omo man the case na Kesi. Inti advice kakraka Akroma ne say better on stop those people no because a man for digging it too much. Any petition bia or be raised bia no. Si fancy ni pani information on farmer no no hwehwem. Emfam no kre no. Se no kre bia ni ma hwe no anwore. O ma process ni nko. But no kre bia o ma ono ankasa file case no. Since all man crofobia using the din and file petitions ahodo bia for sebi. You are bia infaso bia ni so. Because nipa ya or dig a case go Supreme Court di udin ewom ye be udin because one our high profile same background the case in court no e be nipa be crampo nim no so advice come no afen so no a man for done say onko plead bargaining onko pa Mahama che so so no person na tina se din komo 1 no mo negotiate say o person eye baby o maye aye process na dru bia no eye onwa na kind the law is the law yeah ampa odemre ye adwuma ampa NPP fo bi krai ka say the kwan bia so ye besaka no kwan bia so enye ye Prof Michael kra the advice about say be ya on resign man for we bring raise concern so president baby amoye adru bia no ye fancy ho na ye negotiate because integrity de hu here because the more a case na ikoso no the more na scandals e fa ne ho ne ma ne kunu e fa ne ho ne ma ne kunu so source in procurement ne ma bebre na den e be ba fa ne ho so e be ya omomfa bibia nsi ho na negotiation koso na on resign peacefully na onko gina ho me kama because enema yes ni kwanse ba abonti no uma an enema o petition me ba abonti say mami ya enema we mami we enema we so the bema as save the judiciary no the best save judiciary ni nyina no emfa no so no set an example for the first time no resign na and serve as a deterrent ma all the rest say as a judge you are there for justice. You are not there for injustice. Na obianye the insua the infirm. Subscribe na share money as enya bintia for once.